everybody to Off the Cuff. I'm Adam Bates. Thank you for listening to the show. Nelly is here in the studio with me. Nelly, it's been a couple months. How you been?
I've been good.
It's been
ain't been no 2 months.
I said a couple. A couple
is two.
And it's been a long time since you've been in here with me.
Well, that's because you ain't had time for me.
Well, we've done the March Madness series, which took a little bit. But you've been busy. You've been busy. Did you have a good Easter?
Yes, I had a great Easter.
What'd you do?
Spent it with my daughter and her family. My little granddaughter and my granddaughter-to-be.
Granddaughter-to-be.
Yeah, she's 6 months pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't be long.
That's exciting. Nelly, while you were away visiting your family, there was a tragic thing that happened in Cleveland, Ohio. The death of a man, an elderly man, was shot on Facebook Live. You didn't really know it happened while you were in...
Well, I had heard that
daughter.
there was a man that shot somebody for no reason. Mm-hmm. But I'd been busy with the grandkids, and we'd been doing things with, and stuff. And I didn't know the whole story until you told me when I got back, and it's awful.
It is awful. Well,
Did they kill him when they found him?
Here's what happened.
Or he has been caught.
The story was this guy named Stephen Steve Stevens was his name.
Yeah, that's it.
Steve Stevens was his name. A real POS. And Steve Stevens, they're saying allegedly. They're saying he's a suspect. Of course he didn't. He made a confession video and everything. But he got into financial trouble at the Jack Casino in Cleveland. He got into financial ruin. He had evictions facing him. His girlfriend just broke up with him, and he was just having all these problems, and he just snapped and went crazy and made a Facebook video that he started the video out in front of his ex-girlfriend's work. She was a social worker. He said, "I'm about to kill people in her name around the block, around where she worked." So he just started driving around, and when he was driving on his next video, he said, "I've already killed 12 people, about to make it 13. And then that's when you saw the video I just showed you of him killing that elderly 74-year-old man. Just walked up to him and shot him point blank. When I said somebody snaps, Nelly, what does that mean when people say they snap? Literally, there's not something in your brain that snaps, is there? What is it that happens? Because
I don't know. They're crazy. They're crazy to begin with. They got to be.
You have to think, Nelly. This guy, he seemed like a normal...
It must be the trigger to make it the work.
He seemed like a normal person. He went to work every day. He went to, probably went to the gym. Probably...
Number one, he was an addict, Adam, if he lost money.
Gambling, yes.
Yes, gambling.
Yeah.
That right there is an addiction. That's an illness.
It makes you think.
So it makes you wonder what else is big going on that's all of a sudden just something. It happens all the time that people just snap.
Here's something creepy. I think I've played in the casino with him.
Oh.
I really do. I think he looks so familiar to me.
Well, that is a face you would not forget.
I swear I think I've seen it. I think I was looking in the eyes of the murderer. Face to face in Cincinnati at the Jack Casino in Cincinnati. He was a big gambler. And if I remember correctly, this gentleman was gambling a lot when I met him at the casino. Mm-hmm. Crazy person. And it just...
See, that's right there just shows some kind of problem.
Yes. Thinking back about it, it just really it's eerie. It's eerie to think about that could have been Steve Stevens.
Right.
So, that just freaks me out.
Right.
But, so... Apparently, this old man, he just got back from visiting his family.
It makes me want to cry.
Having Easter dinner. And the last thing he said to him was, "I'll see y'all next time." Left home and got shot on his way home. 15 minutes away from home. 15 minutes.
And that little guy, and he scared him too. I mean, he saw it right before he shot him.
He saw it.
He saw the gun because he said, "Please, man, don't." And he held that little bag. And do you know what that bag probably had in it?
Oh, it was pop cans. It was pop cans, Nelly. He was picking up pop cans on his way home from eating dinner with his family on Easter.
Well, I thought maybe that little bag might have had leftovers they'd sent home with the little feller. I mean, he was so pitiful.
My goodness, it could have been. You could tell he was dressed up a little bit too.
You know, God should have struck him dead right there.
I tell you what, when that man... So anyway, he left, and he got that man, Steve Stevens, made it... he fled the country, or he fled the state of Cleveland, and all of a sudden he became
the state of Ohio.
The state of Ohio. Sorry, the city of Cleveland, the state of Ohio. He left. He became wanted in 4 states. Pretty soon, he became wanted in all 50. He became one of America's most wanted.
He probably was the most wanted.
And then he became the most wanted man in America, America's most wanted, and he made it into Pennsylvania, Erie, Pennsylvania. And a witness said that a police car recognized his car. It was a Ford Fusion, I guess plates and everything. And the cop just rammed him. Stopped him. Stopped the car.
Yes.
The cop just ran. Yeah, the cop just like, boom, yeah. And all of a sudden, I guess the guy, Steve Stevens, knew he was caught. So he took a gun and blew his brains out.
He was just nothing but a coward.
Just a coward.
Take the life of that little man.
I bet he didn't film that.
I bet he didn't either.
But I tell you what, I wonder how it felt to open his eyes and see the devil. Because that's who he saw. That's who he saw. Mm-hmm. To kill an innocent man. So they interviewed the man's family afterwards. And they said they couldn't believe it was real. They just talked to him 15 minutes ago. And they just couldn't believe it was real. I don't know if it was his... daughter, if it was his sister, but she was just holding her chest saying, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't do this. I can't breathe. I can't believe it. And
it was her dad?
And the boy, I don't know. And the boy, and it might have been his son, said he was seriously, and he's not just saying this for the cameras, the nicest man you'd ever meet.
You could see that in his little face.
You could see it in him.
I mean, he was just trying to be kind.
Probably thought that he was going to ask for directions
or something, or if he knew somebody or something. There's no telling, but that little man would have never hurt a soul.
Well, here's what I say: if I was walking down the street and somebody jumped out of their car and walking towards me real fast, first thing I'm going to think of is this person is about to rob me. White or black, this ain't a racial issue.
Right.
I'm sick of that.
Right.
White or black, I don't care what color you are. If a man jumps out of his car and walks towards me real fast, I'm about to get robbed. So I think he might have knew something was wrong, because the way that guy was just walking up to him like, hey, man.
Right.
And then but maybe he didn't. Maybe he thought it was directions.
I think and plus you've got to give his age. He probably never thought a thing. Thought he was going to help this man or something.
Probably.
Until he saw him pull that gun. And you saw, when I could tell the older man looked down. About the time he said, oh, God, and held the bag up.
What was that girl's name? He told
Joy
him,
something.
Joy Lane.
Yes.
He told him to say. He walked up to him and said, "Hey, say Joy Lane." He said, "Joy Lane," and he said it in a confused Joy Lane. And then that's when he saw the gun. He said, "She's the reason why this is about to happen to you." And then he held that bag up and said, "Man, I don't know no Joy Lane." I think he thought, man, he's about to hurt me over this girl. He thinks I did something to this woman. He was like, I don't know no Joy Lane. And then all of a sudden, pop.
Right. That's just heartbreaking.
He probably was like, what is going on? I can't believe it. This is how it ends.
Well, hopefully he died instantly.
I'm sure he did.
Because I think he shot him in the head.
Shot him in the head.
And that, I just feel like God's arms was wrapped around him so he wouldn't maybe be afraid.
It's a tragic.
Take him to heaven. I mean, it's just...
tragic way to die. It makes you really, really think about the type of person that would do that. I think they're demon possessed. And when I say snap, that person snapped. What snaps? What
their
happened?
brain, something in their brain.
Is it just
something
stress?
Triggers it.
Is it just stress to a point where you can't take it?
There's all kinds of mental health diseases out there, Adam. That's something you need to really research.
So you think something was wrong with it? I'm going to be mad if he gets insanity. I'm going to be mad.
Well, sometimes I think that it's just plain
obviously he's
Evil.
dead, and they can't rule him insanity because he's dead. I'm just saying, if they try to say this man was insane, that's going to make me mad because I think it was just cold, old-fashioned, cold.
That's what I'm
murder.
saying. Some people there are just evil people.
Right.
And I agree with you. It's the devil.
Yeah, it's just
They let
evil
him
people.
take over.
Situation is very sad. So also, Nelly, another crazy thing happened, and I know you know about this. Dr. Chow in United Airlines.
Oh my God.
This man, poor guy, was asked to leave his seat from United Airlines and was forcibly removed from the plane when he refused to give up his seat because the flight was apparently overbooked. Now, you can overbook a flight. It happens. And they have the right to tell you to get off. But nobody should be treated the way Dr. Chow was treated. You shouldn't.
And if he didn't want to get off, then they should ask the next person. You know,
Common sense tells you if
and,
he's
or
giving
either
you
stand up and finally say, you know, somebody's got to get off. Until somebody gets off, we're not leaving the airport.
if he is giving you that much trouble, doesn't common sense tell you, okay, I've tried this guy, he is not worth it.
He's not budging.
Let me move to somebody else and see if I can convince them. But big shot, big masculine cop there, big shot, tough guy,
Three
wanted
of
to
them.
prove his point and got United Airlines into a whole big mess.
And guess what that airline is going to be called next? Chow Airlines.
Yeah, Dr. Chow Airlines, he's going to own it. He's going to be able to walk into a boardroom
I hope he's going to be okay.
and have United Airlines give him a blank check, and he's going to get to fill it in with whatever he wants. And see, Dr. Chow, he don't need the money. He's a rich man. He won $250,000 at the casino and playing in the World Series of Poker. He's a doctor, and I don't think he's hurting for money. I just think he wants justice, the way he was treated.
Well, I think, he's not even probably aware enough really to say what he wants to do. I think it's his family saying it's probably going to happen because of the lawyer said, he said, I'm sure I feel like Mr. Chow's going to want to file a lawsuit.
Well,
you know what? I'll be saying, duh.
Dr. Chow was treated terribly. Did you see the video?
Yes.
Okay, and
they knocked that man's teeth out.
The scream
I know
of him
it.
screaming is haunting. Hearing that guy, it makes me cringe hearing him scream.
They beat that man.
They really did. Well, they pulled him up out of his seat. He fell on the armrest, knocked 2 front teeth out, caused a concussion, and he has to have reconstructive surgery on his face because he has some damage.
Right, and he had other injuries as well. The way they drug him and pulled him.
And then they drug him, and then he ran back deliriously.
How old was Dr. Chow? Do you know?
Why can't I say it? Deliriously.
Yes.
And I don't know how old he was. Delirious. Whatever. He walked on.
He was delirious.
He was delirious. He was scatterbrained. And walked on back on the plane and was like, just kill me. Just
Yes.
kill me.
Yes.
Just kill me. Just kill me.
Well, he had a concussion.
He was speaking out of his mind. Or
Right.
He didn't know what he was doing.
That was just scary. That was just, that could have been you, me, anyone.
Well, first off, it definitely could have been me, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm not moving either. For what they were offering, that little voucher there of a free plane ticket, no. Now at minimum, they give you $10,000. Did you know that?
Oh.
If you are
I
asked
want
to
to go
be
do
removed
that.
from the plane, yeah, I'll volunteer. That's like winning a lottery ticket. But I think that company is going to go bankrupt. I don't think that company I think the company,
It's not what it used to be.
it's going to have some problems getting back to being successful again. There's too many competition.
Well, there's already been
There's too much
passengers that used it all the time that said they'd never use it again.
Right.
That was not, it was not only the physical abuse, it was the humiliation.
Yeah.
It was just, what were those guys thinking? That they could do somebody like that?
It got to a point to where they didn't want to get embarrassed. They already committed to get him up out of that seat, and they wasn't going to stop until he was out. They finally got him up, and things just escalated. But the way they drug him, and his head hit that arm seat, and he was bloodied, and then they drug him. People on the plane were not happy with it. They were infuriated at those police officers yelling at them. You know,
Oh, I know
when you
they
watch
were.
the video,
And do you blame
you
them?
can hear that woman going, "Oh my gosh, look what you did to him."
I'm surprised somebody didn't get up and try to stop them.
I'm surprised too.
But
I guess, you
I'm
know, they
telling
didn't want to
you-
challenge the cops.
I'm telling you that, to me, I mean, there should be a better system of that, of asking someone to leave a plane. If you were the last customer, guarantee that it's going to be you that got the ticket. That would be a smart thing.
That makes sense now.
The last
simple
person
logic.
that bought a ticket for that flight is the one that's got to get off.
That gets bumped. Absolutely. I mean,
Not
that's
unless
great.
it was a matter of somebody
With a
their
family,
was
with
ill,
kids, and
deathly ill, or
ill.
died
You're right.
or something.
You're right. Certain situations, you're right. It's a good way. Start from there.
Yeah.
Start from there.
Right.
And that might be what they do. We don't know. Dr. Chow might have been the last guy. Who knows?
And that's why I wondered how old he was, because I think of people that are elderly should never
Common
be asked.
sense tells you that if he's giving you that much problems, it ain't worth it. It's going to be way worse than what it needs to be. Move on to somebody else. And I think that those cops, I think they were young little punks.
They weren't that young.
Well, they were punks. They knew that they committed to this, getting him off that plane, and they weren't going to be embarrassed. They wanted to show off. And they were like, we're getting this man off this plane. We're the, we're security.
Ooh.
And they would wear cop jackets. And they're not even cops.
They're just airport security.
Airport security, and they would wear cop
Well, guess what?
coats.
I bet none of them's airport security now.
I guarantee all of them's been fired.
I guarantee it too. But you know what? That's pure poor business.
I mean, at the end of the day,
As long as United has been in business and they don't have a better way of doing those things than what they do, my God.
At the end of the day, they need to change their policies. They need to, I mean, it just got way out of line.
But you got to stop and think too that I don't think that United would ever give the permission for somebody to been treated like that. Surely to God.
No, it was just the individual.
It was a one-time thing.
It was the individuals.
But yes, I think they should be the ones being sued too.
Yeah, it just reflects the whole company. Good or bad, when something happens under your company, it's going to reflect your company.
Right.
And
I understand that.
And these 4 people, these security guards, 3 or 4, however many there was, are the ones to blame, but the whole company is going to get the blame for it.
Oh, yeah. But, then I think about all the hundreds or probably thousands of employees they have, and those people have to suffer for what these idiots did.
Right, yeah.
And, I mean, that's sad.
Yeah.
Because they all probably have families.
There's a lot of things, everything's
it's just a mess. It just trickles.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of crazy things happening.
This is literally something that this man should get whatever he wants after what happened to him.
Yeah. He needs a nice little payout for it.
But there's so much in our country and in our systems of everything that need to be changed.
How much should he get?
I have no amount to say for bodily harm like that.
What do you think? Give him a number.
All that. I have none.
I want to say 10 million.
You're crazy.
I think 10 million's solid.
Try a couple $100 million.
No, 10 million's good.
Oh, no way.
No, he'll be good with 10 million. $10 million, he'll be good. Now, 100 million, we're pushing it.
No.
There's no permanent damage. There's no burns. There's no,
there's all that reconstruction, all the scarring, all the, what if you can't be a doctor again or something?
$10 million.
You don't know yet.
$10 million,
No,
you're
you're
going to be
full of
okay.
shit.
You're going to be okay.
You full of shit.
And you're going to be okay. But did you know that
they'll have to pay him for the time he's off work, too.
Did you know that 95% of airline companies settle outside of court? I found that stat and percentage to be very interesting, because that means that really you could sue an airline and they're not going to take you to court for it. If you have any little legitimate case, you could probably get a little bit of money out of one.
Adam, I'm going to tell you something. It happens every day, not with airlines, just airlines. Those lawsuits happen every day that they settle out of court because they don't want these big
absolutely, I'm
and
sure.
stuff.
But I'm saying that 95% of the time airlines do. So, Dr. Chow, they're definitely not taking this guy to court.
you got to think about the time lost for work, for all his surgeries and all that. There's a lot of money there, Adam. A lot more than what you're thinking.
I think he'll get a big settlement. I mean, I don't think 100 and some million. I mean, that would be.
We'll see.
Whew.
Let's see who's best on that, people.
I think that he could get more than $10 million. I'm saying that's what I think he deserves. $10 million, come on now. That's a lot of money.
I bet if it was you wouldn't think that.
I would be happy with $10 million.
I would.
I'd be happy with it. Trust me. I'd wake up every day a happy man with $10 million.
No.
I would.
No, you got to talk about the stress and all. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of things people sue for. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's, you stuck my toe when I chipped my toenail and I'm suing your ass. That's the way the country's gotten anymore. But this is legit.
Well,
I mean, there's some things that are legit. Somebody takes somebody's life. That's something else I don't understand. Somebody could kill somebody and they get 8 years.
right. I don't understand it either.
And somebody can sell dope or something and have to maybe send a life sentence, which they should too.
Yeah.
Because they've took many lives. But when somebody kills somebody and they don't give you no more than 7, 8 years, that's ridiculous.
Well, Nelly, let's switch gears here because that's some crazy stuff happening around the world.
It's just you could go on and on and on.
And we'll talk about some happier things. You had a good Easter weekend. I had a pretty good Easter weekend, and it started with the UK football spring game. Me and Chad went. My buddy Chad went to the spring game. The UK football team looks good. Basketball season's over. I watched the John Calipari 30 for 30. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't watched it.
I have it recorded. Did you record it?
No, I haven't recorded it.
You'll have to come up and watch it.
I forgot the night that it was on.
You'll have to come up and watch it. John Calipari is, if you want to really look deep into what a college basketball coach should be, it's John Calipari.
Amen. I've said that for years.
He is everything that a college basketball program wants. He's a good ambassador for the state, for the community, for your university. He is the president of the university. He is the coach of the university. He is the mayor of Lexington. He is the governor of Kentucky. When you have John Calipari's swagger and his personality and his energy, you're it. You are the man in Kentucky. And that 30 for 30 really shows and showcases Calipari and who he is. And he really is a coach that cares about his players. And that's the bottom line, who he is to the core. He's a coach that cares about his players. He puts them first. He doesn't put himself first. He puts his players first. He wants to take them from impoverished.
Oh, my Lord.
It does. Well, Nelly, I want to thank you for being here on the show. It's always a pleasure having you. Always enjoy it.
Oh, Adam, I got one more thing to say.
Go ahead.
I haven't got to tell the audience that I'm going to be a Nana again.
No, we told everybody on the last episode.
Them?
No, we all did. We said that you were.
Oh, well, I'm so excited I can't do it.
We said it a long time
We
ago.
only got 3 more months.
3 more months and you'll be a
Grandma.
again. Grandma, Granny.
No, I'm
We'll see you later, everybody.
Nana.